Alright, here we have the 2011 Silverback 29RL. There's a video walkthrough for it. On the right side of it, you have your propane tank stored right here. Just undo these. Your propane tank's right here. Your regulator. This green dot is pointing to what tank is drawing from, so you can turn it when your tank goes empty. And there is a little window right here. Right now it's green. That means there's gas going through. And then if it goes empty, it'll turn that orange-red color. We'll go up to the front. You have a nice big storage right up here. And there are door hold backs right there, so it'll hold the door open. Your spare tires here. You got your crank for stabilizer jacks right there, and the longer one on the right side is for your landing gear, just in case your battery goes dead or if you blow a fuse or whatever. Right. And this is where that crank would go. Right in here, it would just slide right on that crank. It's a little hard to see on camera, but it's in there. Then your battery is stored right in here. Then this big door right here is one side of your storage compartment. So there's a nice big pass-through storage. This unit comes with all the hoses and stuff, being a used unit. Then you got your, what they call a wet bay. So this is where your water hookups are. So right here is where you hook up your hose, and then this valve will either be your fresh water, which is your portable water tank if you're dry camping or going on a big trip. And then the city water is when you're at a campground, it'll put water directly to all your faucets. Over here, this is a black tank flush. So when you're dumping your black tank, which is your toilet water, you can hook your hose up there, and there's a little spray port in there that'll flush it out for you. You got an outside shower with a hose, and this is right here, and it just connects right in here. It's like a little air hose quick connect. You have a battery disconnect right here, so when you're storing it for a while, you can turn it off. That way your battery won't drain. And then you got a couple valves here for winterizing, and it's all explained right here. And behind here is access to the pump and the back of the water heater with the valves right there. And that'll show you how to do that. You do have a light right here. There is a filter system on this. It doesn't have a filter cartridge in it right now. But that, if you want a filter, that would be something you would have to buy. But it is set up for that system. And then this right here, when you're at a campground, you can run your hose up through here. That way you can shut your door. So that's nice. All right, next to that is your water heater right here. So this tab just twists and you can pull the cover off. This is a gas and electric unit. For the electric, the switch is right there. It's just an on-off switch. When you're plugged in to your power cord, you can turn it on and it'll heat up on electric. And then if you are dry camping, you can use gas to heat it up. Next to that, you have the exhaust for your furnace. Just make sure nothing's in the way of that and don't touch it while using it. That gets pretty hot. Your sewer outlet is right here. So that's where you hook up your sewer hose. And in the wet bay, I didn't show you, but I'm sure you saw it. This is where all your valves are. So you have your black tank, which is your toilet water. You have your bath tank, which it will be the gray tank for your bathroom. So that'll be your shower and your sink in there. Then they have the galley, which is another gray tank, which will be the kitchen sink water. And that all comes out of that outlet, but there are 3 different tanks. So you have a good amount of capacity. All right, moving down here, these panels are just the back of the fridge. You'll never have to go back there. It's just where we service it. And this little black hose is the drain for the condensation. Under here, I have it draining right now, but that is the drain for the water, the fresh water tank. If you want to fill it, you'll just have to turn that valve. And then you have the rear stabilizer jacks here. And you'll put the crank right here and you'll be able to crank it down. Your power cords right here. This is a 50 amp unit. So when you go to campground, just make sure you ask for the 50 amp hookups. You can use an adapter to go to a 30 amp or use a 30 and then use another adapter to go down to a household outlet so you can charge your battery. All right, the other stabilizer jack. All right, now back around to this side. This is the other door to the pass-through storage. It does have a vacuum system in it. So this is where you would change the bag for it. And the vacuum system is inside. I'll show you that. It does come with some what they call a jack in a box. It's to help stabilize the slide room. So if you are set up as a seasonal or a permanent site, you can put these under for extra stabilization, but it's not needed. And then there's a couple chairs. All right, you do have an outlet right here. Then you have outlet there. All right, now we'll go inside. So walking in, you have your converter right here, and this is just where all your fuses and breakers are, right there. All right, then on the stairs, this is where you would hook up the hose for the vacuum. You just lift up that cover, and the vacuum will automatically come on if you are plugged into your power cord. Then you can use the hose to vacuum up. Then up on the cupboard, you have your monitor panel and your control center. So you have your light switch here. You got a porch step light. You got tank heaters. So if it gets cold where you think things might start freezing, you can turn this on, and there's little heating pads on your sewer tanks, and that'll just keep it from freezing. You got the switch for your water heater to light it on gas. All you do is just flip it on. That light will come on. Once it goes out, that means it's lit. If it goes out and comes back on, that means it didn't light. Just try it again. Usually it takes a couple seconds to light. Then you got your water pump switch here. That's when you're using your freshwater tank. Then you got the monitor panel here, so you can push the buttons and it'll light up telling you how full your tanks are. You got your slide room switch here. There's only one switch. Well, there's two switches. You got on off, so you can turn off the slide room so that if anyone hits that button, it won't move the slides. So you turn it on, and then you have in and out. And this is a hydraulic slide system, so one button will open all three of them. Your bedroom will move first, in and out, doesn't matter, it's always the first one. And then your kitchen and living room slides will close and open. Switch here for the ceiling fan and light. You have a little thermostat for the vent fan there. And then this is your thermostat for your air conditioner and furnace. So you got your mode button here. The first one is the fan in the air conditioner. If you're going to use the air conditioner or the furnace, make sure it's on auto, which is just sitting here. Or if you just want to circulate some air, you can turn it on high and low and just use the fan. Then you got cool AC, then your furnace, and then off. And then that light will go out in a couple seconds. All right, you got your sink here with a big counter, and these lift up. So you get your sinks here. To put this over, and you got a lot more counter space. A bunch of storage in this unit, which is nice. And there are lights there. The light switch for that is under the thermostat. So you got some accent lighting there. Then your kitchen slide. You have a light switch here for these lights here. And then there's a light switch on this side. Right back here. And that's for those lights. Your fridge right here. You got your on-off button here, and then you got your mode selector right here. So with it clicked onto gas, that's lighting on gas. Click it again, it'll go to auto. When it's on auto, that's looking for electricity first, which is AC. So that's AC power. And then if you lose power overnight, or if you're just not plugged in, it'll go to gas. If it doesn't light on gas, this light right here will come on. And then you got your temperature control right here. You got your stove top and your oven right here. So this will just fold up like that. You got your 3 burners for the stove top. You do have a sparker for that. Then the knob for your oven. To light your oven, there is a pilot, and you'll have to use a lighter for it. But it's right back there on the left, right next to the burner. So that pilot right there to light it, light your lighter, put it where the pilot is. Then you come to this knob and you push on pilot and push and hold it. Then once that pilot is lit, hold it for another 10 or 15 seconds, just to get the thermocoupler warm, which keeps the gas valve open. Once you let off and it stays lit, then you can turn it to what temperature you want, and then you're all set to go. Stovetop light and fan, household microwave. You got theater seating back here, your couch right here. And this does fold down into a bed. You just pull back the top and it'll lay flat into a bed. You got your dinette seating here. Entertainment center here with the fireplace, your TV, radio, and it is also a DVD player. That's already hooked up to your TV. Light switch over the dinette table. More storage back here. And you do have a light switch right there. For that light right there. Then we'll go up the stairs. You do have a light in the hallway. Just turn that on. Then you got your bathroom here. And this has a barn door to keep space open. So you have a lock up here. Just unclip it, and then you can slide your door closed and then open it. And then for travel, just make sure that's snapped back on. Your toilet right here, you have a foot lever. Press it a little bit, it'll add water. Press it all the way, it'll flush it. You got your 2 light switches here. So I got light switch there. And then that one will be for your... What is that one for? That's for the fan. But it's to use the fan, you have to have it cranked open. Then you got your shower. And there is a lock here for traveling. Some storage right here. A towel rack right there. And then the last spot is the bedroom. So you got a little walk-in closet. It's got some mirrors. You got your bed here. There are lights above. These lights on the ceiling you have to turn on manually. And you do have a vent right here. And this does have a washer and dryer hookup. Is there a light in here? Yeah, so there's a light right here. So you can see you got nice space. Nice place to hang things up. You got a little spot back here. But you do have washer and dryer hookup, so you have your washer hookup there. And then the dryer vent is right back there, where you would have to drill the hole for. And then these doors, the previous owner taped it up. But they just slide closed, and there are locks on them. So you got a nice big mirror. You do have TV hookups in the bedroom above your wardrobe. And then you have the antenna right here. This is for your TV to pick up local channels. All you do is just crank it up until it stops. Then this right here, you can pull down and rotate it to try and get a better signal. And then before you go and crank it down, just make sure these arrows are lined up. There is a groove on the roof that the antenna sits in, so when you're traveling it won't move. And then you can just crank it down. So that is everything to do with the 2011 Silverback 19, what is it? RL. Alrighty.